Autoweb. Welcome to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, the #1 resource for automotive sales professionals, managers, and owners to learn how to make money, accumulate wealth, and to all out ball out in the auto industry. And now your hosts, Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Autoweb.
Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, president of Dealer Synergy and the creator of the Millionaire Car Salesman Group, the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, and Millionaire Car Salesman on Clubhouse. And folks, I'm speaking to the 23,000 members in the group. Man, I've got a special guest. Okay, so Toni, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Okay, so Toni, introduce yourself. Tell them who you are and where you work at and how long you've been in the automotive industry.
So my name is Toni Cornell, and I work at Cow Cars in Spokane, Washington. And I've been following Sean Bradley's page for about 5 years. My manager, Andrew, asked me to follow him because I was trying to learn how to be the best. And I've gotten a lot of good information out of here. But I'm also a student of my own, so I'm practicing really hard on keeping my social media up and generating my own business. And so I've got some notes here that I was going to talk about with you guys and Sean.
Well, before we get into that, what I want to focus is, again, how long have you been in the automotive industry total? How many years?
18 years.
My bro, respect.
For 18 years.
Okay, and what's the most amount of cars you sold on the floor?
Center. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. What's the most amount of cars that you sold before in 1 month?
As a BDC or as a salesperson?
Both. Give me both numbers.
Okay. So in my first year of BDC and managing a group of 3 girls, we were able to acquire 1,684 car deals in a year for the 3 of us. And we were really proud of that.
Hell
and
yeah.
then the second year, it was 3,476. So we were able to generate all those business transactions just with 3 individuals. And we were really proud of that. As a personal salesperson, my high has been 51 units that I've generated for the store, but after half, I only got 31. I was so proud that I brought 51 car deals to the store.
Hell yes, absolutely. Listen, first of all, as you know, my whole family is in the automotive industry. My wife, my daughters, one of my daughters is right here. First of all, to achieve that level, I don't care what gender or preference or whatever, that is massive. But then to do that as a female in automotive is unbelievably awesome. So again, congratulations on your career trajectory. I mean, you should be extremely proud of both accomplishments on the BDC level and on a sales level. That's why I was intrigued. Like, I've been watching you making moves in the group, and I like what you're putting down. But specifically, the reason why I called for this interview is you made a comment that I know about, but most people don't understand this stuff, is how you could leverage social media to be able to monetize. So let's talk about that. You found a way where you could make extra money or additional money from Meta, which is formerly known as Facebook. Is that correct? Can you explain what that concept is and what is that strategy and how does this work?
So I had an award that came up on the screen. I was trying to research what I did to get monetized, but I had recently received an award that I had 100,000 views on my videos. And so they sent me an invite asking if I would like to be monetized. And at first, I did the stuff, but I didn't really pay attention to what that meant. But I got a deposit into my bank account, and it was a couple $100. And I was like, well, what is that from? And I found out it was because I was monetized through Facebook. Now that I've been putting time into it, I've been averaging about $130 a day. And I'm getting paid on any comment, any like, any share. That's what I get paid off of. So even if they don't buy a car, which we know we want them to buy a car, but if they're watching your page and they're liking your stuff and they're engaged with you, it's another way for you to make friends and make money at the same time. So I'm doing about $125 to $130 a day right now.
A couple questions. Okay. So obviously in Facebook, there's multiple entities. You could have a personal page you could have a business page, and you could have a group. So there's different classifications. So what you're talking about to monetize is that, can that happen off of a personal page, a business page, or a group, or all the above? Or is it none of that? It's something different. How could you get monetization?
I have a friend who gets paid on her personal page. I get paid on my business page. I don't know of a group yet that gets paid for their group. So, but I know the other two you can get paid for it. I don't know what it takes to get your like personal page to be monetized. My business page is what's doing it for me.
Okay, so what you're saying is that, to your knowledge, what you are going to be able to speak about in the rest of this interview is the business page, because that's how you're doing and you're rocking. But you personally know somebody for sure is monetizing their personal page, but you're not sure at all for the group, correct?
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So then the next question is, if you are doing this for the business page, how, and you know that you can monetize the personal page, how come you haven't dived in to figure out how your friend has monetized her personal page? Or how come you haven't contacted your people at Facebook corporate and said, hey, I'm monetizing my business page. How do I get my personal page to monetize? How come you haven't done that yet?
I'm actually in the process of talking to her. We'll be getting together later this week to see what the differences are, because she has a business page she'd like to have monetized, and I want to see how I can get my page monetized. And so we're already in discussion with it. We just haven't met yet.
Understood. Totally understood. Makes a lot of sense. So now let's talk about what you are like very good at, and you are now doing a lot of research. So there's a lot of people that have business pages, but they're not monetized. So the first question is, the first statement I would say is, based on what you just said, Toni, is that we're going to discuss for the interview that you need a business page. Most salespeople have access to Facebook as a personal page. Not enough people, in my opinion, have their own business page. So let's just say that you have a business page. I'm going to ask you some questions. There's different types of business pages. There's business, so you have different categories of the business template. Is there anything that you recommend for salespeople? What type of business page classification or template should a salesperson have? Because you got to remember, there's people listening to this like, oh shit, I can make extra money. I'm gonna go get me a business page. And the first thing you're gonna do, Facebook's gonna ask you is, what type of business page do you want? Do you have any recommendations?
So mine's in there as automotive, and the groups that I have selected would be, for those automotive groups, different kinds. My boss, he buys really neat cars. So we're able to have connections with those that are looking for those really nice Mopars, or like the new Corvettes, or like we've got some of the newer Broncos. So it's kind of neat. We can adapt to a lot of different groups out there. It's just finding common knowledge so that it would be information that they might want to watch,
Okay, good. All right. So you said automotive is there. Okay. So now let's just say that, and I'm going to have you go live and show us this stuff, but okay. So now I've got a business page. We just started today for the very first day. Is there some type of prerequisite? What do I need to do to be able to get, because I heard you say that I have to be invited to get monetization. So what are the requirements? I'll give you an example. I know YouTube, you have to have at least 100 subscribers before you could have a custom URL. So it could be youtube.com/Sean V. Bradley TV. You can't just open up a YouTube. So I'm assuming you can't just turn around and have a Facebook business page and just get monetization. So what are the minimum requirements to get you to the monetization stage?
What I've read so far, because I did some research and I have a link that I can post, or have you pin at the top, because it will let you see if you qualify for that. But it looks like you need to have 1,000 followers, and your engagement levels need to be up there. So if you're just posting and people aren't talking back to you, you probably are going to have to adjust when you're posting and what kind of questions you're posting. So if it's helpful, I do have for my area, the people that are most likely on those business pages are from 9 a.m., 12 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and then 3 p.m. all the way up to 6 p.m. And then it kind of trickles off until about 8 or 9. And then depending on what kind of content you're posting, I do a lot of self-taught things. That's how I learn the best. But with your social media, you're supposed to engage, entertain, motivate, inspire, and inform. You're going to be doing those 5 things in the content that you're doing on your business page. And that's what's going to get them to talk to you. And then as you engage with those people, they're going to continue to like your page. I do an 80-20 split. So 80% of my stuff is warm and fuzzy.
Toni.
And then 20% is direct sales.
So we're going a little bit too far for a second, because I think it'll be better to do that part when we're showing your page. What I would say is this.
Okay.
The first part, because I'm trying to put this in sequential order, because this is mind melting for some people. You know how car people are. They're like, what do you mean? Like monetize? What are you talking about? So bottom line is this: you need a business page. Second, there's a certain requirements of frequency or views or engagement. So yes, do me a favor in the chat. I'm going to type in right here. I'm just going to type in the word here, send the link right there. And this link that you're going to put in is what exactly? What is this going to be? This is going to be basically a place where you are, like you said, this is a form or an evaluation. What link are you posting in right now?
It's for Facebook, because I had a couple people that were asking how they could get monetized.
Right.
And this link will let you check your eligibility status.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry.
So this link, that's perfect. So this link will let you check the, the availability status. Okay. So did you put it in the chat? No, it's not here.
Here.
See where I put here. So I wrote the words here. You didn't paste anything yet. I need you to pay. There it goes. So what I'm going to do. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to go to here. So this is the link that you just sent me. And this is going to be able to figure out if you are able to monetize or not monetize and things like that. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now we're going to go out of here. We're going to go back to the interview. Okay, great. So now you either are able to or you're not able to, correct? There's no half able. You're able to or you're not able to, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So then if you're not able to, does it tell people what you need to do to be able to have that capability of monetization? Does it give you a roadmap of what you still need to do and what you need to work on?
I can't find a roadmap to it, unfortunately, Sean. I've been trying to look so I could help those that have been asking.
Well, guess what?
What I just sent you was the most information I was able to get. It's almost like they keep it secret.
Well, guess what? I am connected with the head of Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp for the entire automotive industry. Bob Lanham is the head of Meta for automotive retail on planet Earth. Bob is a very good friend of mine. Yeah. So again, we're going to be able to do a follow-up, but I want to give you the kudos and the credit first. So this is the first interview that I'm going to be posting to the group, but then afterwards, I'm going to bring on Bob Lanham from Meta, Facebook directly to be able to fill in any gaps that you might have or not have, not only for the group, but for you. My pleasure to assist with getting him involved. So now let's just say that, so either you're pregnant or not pregnant, there's no half pregnant. You're either able to monetize or you're not, right? So if you are not able to monetize, then what you're recommending to salespeople is point blank, figure out whatever you need to do. FITFO. Everybody, I'm going to give you two versions, the Christian version and the heathen version. The Christian version is figure it the fudge out. The heathen version is change the fudge for something more colorful, right? But what you need to do is figure out what you need to be able to do to get the views, engagement, etc.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Attention auto dealers, you need an opportunity to do business. AutoWeb is one of the largest suppliers of high quality leads. I mean, high quality buyers. At a 10% closing ratio, you will be at less than $190 per car sold. Don't just settle for what you get. AutoWeb can fully customize your results through targeted markets and/or zip codes, and as a partner, you will get premium placement within search results. Who better to do that than literally the people that invented automotive internet sales? If you want to sell more cars more often and more profitably, then you need AutoWeb.
Now, question for you. So you didn't do anything, you like extra, like you were invited. So you didn't even know there was monetization. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, la 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 la, Smurf Village. Facebook's like, yo, you like to make some money? You're like, what? What do you mean, what money? So for you, it was different. You already did something to get on the radar of Facebook, and they're like, yo, girl, okay, that's pretty cool. And I think that there's probably people out there like you that might have got offered and they didn't even understand what they were getting. You know what I mean? Like they didn't understand what it was and they thought it was bullshit and they just got rid of it. So people are going to be watching this. They're going to be scrambling. Wait a minute. I get a lot of interaction. Wait a minute. I might've got an invite. Maybe I thought it was one of those people from Singapore or India that were trying to, tell me that they needed extra money. I blew it off. I get it. So now we're going to have a strategy for that. Yeah. Or let's just say like you figured it out, whether you figured it out or you're ready there. The next level is, okay, I am now monetized. Talk to us what that means. What did you have to do when you accepted this program? So they sent you the invite and you said yes. What did you have to do? What did you have to fill out? What did you have to agree to?
There's a page that will let you download your W-9. It's how you do your taxes, right? Once you send that in with a copy of your driver's license, they approve you. So it was really fast. It took them like a day or two to get it done. And if I can add to that, Sean, I noticed in all the studying I've been doing, because I'm trying to see how I can increase my money. $125 is fantastic, especially when you're not used to having that. It adds up. I'll be making around $3,000 this month just from Facebook. But your content has to be original. You can't take from another. So like say I came to you, right, Sean, with all this stuff that you put out there, I couldn't take your words and then put them on my page and then get monetized. You would actually be let go. So like the people that post the articles on vehicles, I don't think that you can do that. You have to create your own in order it to be your page and for you to be paid. I read that in a lot of the articles on the monetization.
So are you not posting anything other than your own original content? So a lot of people post things from the manufacturer or from like Edmunds.com. Are you not putting any of that stuff out there?
No.
Okay.
No, I study it because I'm a student. I'm always a student in this business. And your managers always talk about your product knowledge, right? If you really do your product knowledge, you can take a car and you can do a walk around video and you can show it and you can talk about it just as good as anybody else if your product knowledge is there. So before I do my videos, I study what I'm going to show, and that's the information I'm getting out there, And I do think that has a big difference in it, because if you go through my page, there's nothing shared from anybody else. It's all my stuff. Okay,
so then what happens if if you're a regular salesperson and you're used to cutting VDPs from your inventory and dropping it into your page, and you're if I'm hearing you, you're saying stop doing that, start creating your own content to do the same thing. Stop being lazy and just taking the finished content and recycling it there. Anything, if I'm understanding you correctly, anything that you would want to post, you can create yourself if you actually know what the hell you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not more convenient, but it is more profitable.
Yes. If you work hard, everything is more profitable. What you give out is what you give back. So if you put the least amount of effort in, you're going to get the least amount back. This gentleman I have on here, his name is RC, and I'm helping. Well, we're working together. My page is blowing up so much that I have so many people inquiring right now. I can't get back to everybody in a timely manner. So I've asked him to pair up with me, and we're sharing deals just for because I need him. He's so important. And yes, what you put out is going to come back 10 times 10. Like, we don't even know what to do with all the business we're bringing in. We're busy.
Do you have any idea, like I know Facebook and Instagram have the verifications. Is your page verified as well or no?
My personal page is not verified. I think it is, because I had to verify in order to have my business page. I just don't know what the trick is to get my own personal page to be monetized too. Because I have more followers there than I do my business page.
Right. All right. So let's go live now. Let's go live to, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to your business page. As RC is bringing it up, what is the name of your page?
My page is Toni Cornell Spokane Cars.
Okay. So let's see it. So this is the business page. Okay. So you've got you got a 5-star rating and you got 20 reviews. And so this is your name, Spokane Cars, and let's see the top. Okay, so this is just a regular graphic, nothing crazy. This is awesome. A
handwritten note from a customer.
Yeah, no, I caught that. That's pretty awesome. But I'm saying is there's nothing. It's just an image. So there's nothing else that's on there. It's your choice. Okay, let's go down. And so let's go through. Tell me the type of layout. So this is a pin post. Obviously, you're pinning this to the top. So let's just look at some of the engagement that you're getting. Let me see. So scroll down. Okay, so stop right here. So this reached 762 people, 218 people engaged, and your distribution score is 2.2 times higher. Explain that.
So when I work with a customer, I take notes. You know, I have mom brain, so it's hard for me to remember things. But when I work with this customer, there's things that I want to remember. So when they purchase, they know all the things they accomplished. So when I go to say my thank you, I always, you know, this is what they were coming in for. This is what we ended up, you know, doing. And then this is the car that we picked. And it's exciting because it fit all her needs. And then I tag that client in my post. So then on the bottom, you know, you have a call to action at the end of my post. So I say, message me if you're next and help me congratulate this customer on her purchase. So I get people who will reach out to me for needs of vehicles, or I get people that are congratulating their friend because they want to show support for them. And then in that process, I'm getting to know all their friends on that post.
RC, go up. Let me see the actual post. Okay, so RC's driving for it right now. So click see more and okay, so everyone meet Destiny. She was referred to me by her uncle, Eric Brash, and you have that hot link in there. And Aunt Shayna, Destiny and I tried to get together before. The day we were supposed to meet was the day I was let go from my last dealership. I told Destiny and recommended her for work with my friend Christina. It would have been fair to put her in the middle, and I wanted what was best for Destiny. She ended up holding off. This morning, she messaged me and asked me if we could schedule an appointment. I told her I have time right now. After boom, 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 here, SUV came with leather, boom, 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 heated seats, Apple. Please help me congratulate Destiny on her purchase. Message me if you're next. I got to tell you, I think that besides the monetization, as a trainer, this is amazing. What I'm dissecting from this is that you're not only are you posting a picture of the new client with their new vehicle, I love how you are tagging her, not just her, the referral, as well in here, and you're telling a little bit the story of what happened. You have specific calls to action, like you said, congratulate them, you know, help me congratulate Destiny on her purchase, and message me if you're next or if you're in the market for a vehicle. The only tip that I would add, may I give you, Ninja, because you're badass, what you can do. A question for you: does your dealership offer referrals?
Yes. So I did forget that, and I thought about that after the fact. So Eric and Shayna will get $200 for their referral.
So, but watch this. Is not just the referral, but what I would add that in there, and I would say also I want to let you know that her Aunt Shayna is getting a $200 referral because I pay people. I don't pay people. I thank people with a $200 cash gift. Okay. And what I do is I basically, anybody that refers somebody to me and I wind up selling them a car, as a way of saying thank you, I give them $200. So not only did, Destiny get this amazing vehicle of her dreams and she had a great experience, but in addition to that, her aunt who referred her gets a nice $200 thank you. So at the very bottom, message me if you're next, if you're interested in a vehicle. However, if you're not interested in a vehicle, but you know somebody that does, and if you want them to have a great experience like Destiny, please let me know who they are. And if I wind up selling them a car, I will also give you $200. That's the only tip I'm going to add on there because you did such a spectacular job. But again, I think that's a very good lesson for our audience to have. Not just that you can monetize Facebook, but how could you take car sales and be able to, grow your business. I love tagging. Yeah. So now Eric's tagged on here. Destiny's tagged on here. We got to find Shayna if she's tagged on here if possible. But if not, I love this. So I get it. So this is one type of a post. RC, scroll down. Show me what other types of posts do you guys do. Okay. Tell me about this post. What is this one about?
This post meant a lot to me. I don't know if you remember it, Sean, but last year I had this gentleman, his name is Caesar, and he came to look at a car, and he kept apologizing for his accent. He felt like he didn't.
I remember.
Well, and I told him his language was wonderful. I ended up helping this couple and getting them the perfect car, and then they bought me a Louis Vuitton bag as a gift.
That's amazing.
It was pretty awesome. That was a year ago.
Scroll up for me. Let me see the engagement. I'm just curious. I'm sorry. Scroll down. I meant. Okay, so 205 and then 38 engagements. I do have a question for you because I see boosting here. Are you, because you could make money, are you trying to boost these to be able to get more views and more engagement? So what's your opinion on boosting?
So yes, I do boost. I actually boost about $40 a week. And that way I can do a couple of them. Because once they get going, you don't need a lot of money because people are, every time someone likes or comments on it, it shows it to that many people that are on their friends list. When you think every person has on average, 200 to 500 friends, sometimes when you're an entrepreneur like you or I, you have more of the 3,000 to 5,000 friends. So when it starts to get up there, a little bit will go a long way. So if those are the people are just starting, a little bit will still do a lot.
Okay, this is good. So tell me, and I'm looking at this, you have 1,385 people following this. And then you had, this is good. You're making $1,200 a week off of just freaking 1,300 followers. It's mind blowing. And I know there's people personally that are doing tens of thousands of dollars, a month, not just $3,000 a month, but they have bigger audiences and yada, yada, yada. So this is amazing. Talk to me, show me, like, I'm going to shut up and let you drive. What other things are important for you, whether it's because you've learned by trial and error or by your research? What should somebody do? Like if they want to do what you're doing and even bigger, like what are some best practices that you should do? What do you recommend?
My best advice, Sean, would be to get to know your client. I'm all about getting to know your client. And so in between those posts, you have your direct sales where I do live videos of cars. And that really started when COVID happened. When COVID happened, people were not willing to come out of their home and they were scared. So, I want my page to be a page where everybody feels welcome. So I don't make people feel bad for any kind of politics that they feel or areas that they want to protect themselves. So I was just stepping out of the box. And that's really when it started. But I started taking these cars and doing butterfly videos. And it takes 5 minutes. I know most salespeople spend at least 5 minutes in a huddle. If you can do 5 minutes in a huddle, you can do a 5-minute video of a car. And then when people see that you're showing these features, that's part of your 20% direct sales. And they really like that. Oh, there's a little stuff right here you pointed out on your video. It's just so much easier. These people come in and they're ready to buy. I saw it on there. I just want to drive it. If it feels as good as it looks, I'm good. And it creates, it's energy. It's the energy that you're feeding through your stuff out there.
Okay. So again, master your craft, understanding who your customer is, customize the information, and then consistency. One of the things that I'm going to offer that tip is that you can't just do this. Oh, I watched this podcast, or I saw this in the Millionaire Car Salesman group. Let me just try this. Especially if you don't qualify for monetization, folks, it's going to take you a little bit. You have to commit to it. And everybody that I've ever worked with on a high level started out with zero or very little, and it takes time. You've got to pretend like you're already making $10,000 a month for monetization. You got to produce content like pretending in your mind that you're already making the 10 grand, because it sucks. And it gets like frustrating when you're doing this and you make 30 cents or you make no sense, like literally, and there's no engagement. You got to fight through that shit. And you've got to develop a consistent pattern of content creation, content, syndication. Would you agree with that, Toni?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Now, do you have any other pieces of advice of types of posts that like, what would you, okay, so let's talk about that. What are some types of posts that you would recommend?
So when I started to get, I was trying to learn how I was getting paid through
Stop sharing your screen.
Monetize. I wasn't sure if it was just videos or if it was questions too. So I started getting these random questions. The first one was, would you rather eat black licorice or black olives for the rest of your lives? And it got like 200 comments on it. It was crazy. Just a silly question, And so then when people would respond, whether they liked the licorice or the olive, I would joke with them a little bit and ask what kind of recipes they would use those in, or if they like the black licorice, how could they eat that tar? Just joke with them a little. But I don't know, people just started answering them. So if you can, ask funny, open-ended questions, things that people may not expect, something that's not car related all the time, and then just keep that relationship going, because I'm building relationships through a business page, and what I've created is a business inside of a business, and I'm being very successful with it. So, and I wish everybody a lot of luck with what they do too.
I love it. I think that this is really, really awesome. Now, RC, do you want to add anything to this? I know that you're playing co-pilot here, but obviously you're involved at some level. Is there any advice? Stop sharing your screen, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah. Of course. So I can say from my point of view, so I've just been helping Toni with the leads that have come in, and I've kind of been just studying everything what she does. And the main thing that Toni really hits home is she makes a sense of community. Toni is always going out. She's always doing community service. Like, she does burger drives for homeless. She does like toy drives for, kids in need during Christmas. And that brings a lot of people in that actually care, and it gives that human connection, where I think a lot of people just start posting cars every single day. What I see it in this industry, where you make your business page just about cars, where you don't bring that human element in. And I think that's where Toni kills it, because people come in to our car dealership and they will literally only work with Toni. And if she's not there, they'll come back when she's actually there, where you don't see that a whole lot in this industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do something a little bit different. So if you like this episode and you want us to continue with part 2 with Miss Toni Cornell, then I need you to send me a text message at 267-551-6279. Again, 267-551-6279. Text the words Toni 2. Just text Toni and the number 2, and I will make sure that we continue this episode. So there you have it, the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. This podcast comes to you every week from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you have a question about the show or would like the chance to become a guest, feel free to contact us directly at 856-546-2440 or email us at millionairecarsalesman@gmail.com. This program is a presentation of Synergy Records, produced by Tiana Mick and L.A. Williams. Production and engineering by L.A. Williams. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast is hosted every week by L.A. Williams and the Millionaire Car Salesman himself, Sean V. Bradley. The The Millionaire Car Salesman podcast can be found everywhere, so please don't forget to review, subscribe to, and share the show. Thanks for listening to the Millionaire Car Salesman podcast, and remember, where I'm from, money provides options. The Millionaire Car Salesman podcast is sponsored in part by Autoweb. If you enjoyed this podcast, then make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave us a review. Let some other folks know about it. Oh, and don't forget to join the Millionaire Car Salesman group on Facebook. We'll see you there.